All right, everyone, and welcome. We got a lot of assists to get into, so let's just get right to this. I just want to make it very clear right off the bat what I judge everything off of. Most important parts to judge the assist tier on is the attack itself, the block string capability that it gives you, the neutral control that it gives you, and in this game we do have to worry about uses, so offensive as well as defensive assists play a big role in how good something is. If something has one offensive assist, one defensive assist, it's only half as good as something that has two defensive assists. So that can really knock something down by having half the capability. If the standard combo in this game is, let's say, like 300 damage, that's the difference between avoiding 300 damage and 600 damage within a match. So yeah. So first we got Jonathan. I'd say Jonathan is a decent. How many? Jonathan has 2 offensive and 2 defensive, so I'd say Jonathan is an S. It gives decent neutral control. It's a good attack. You can get great block strings from it. It's just simple and it does its job. And it has 2 and 2, so that's a solid S. Or S and S plus are very close to me. I'm gonna put that S. That's just like solid good. But it's not as good as some of the other ones get. Alright, let's see. So Zeppeli having 2 offensive and 1 defensive, I don't think it's good enough to make up for its only 1 defensive assist. So I'd say I'm going to put it in A. It gives some mix-up capability. It does have a low at the end. And it has a decent angle to cover for neutral. It's just an all-around solid assist. I'll put it A. You can combo off of it because it is a launcher, so it's just a good assist. Speedwagon. Speedwagon is 2 offensive and 1 defensive, just like Zeppeli, but I'm gonna put him in S. Just the neutral control you get from it, it's great. It just goes far. You can run in behind it. You can combo off of it. Running behind it, it's just good. It does a great job. Dio. Dio has 2 uses, both offensive and defensive, although they're kind of all defensive because it's a counter. I don't really know where to put counters. I think there's a better counter that I'm going to put higher later, but for right now, I think it's just solid. You can get a full combo off of it. You got 4 uses in total. It's just a good assist, so I'm going to put that in A. Joseph, I am going to have to put S. This is one of the first assists where offensively it's S+, for no questions asked. Like the block strings you get from it, you can combo into it, off of it, everything's great, but it only has 1 defensive assist. And like I said before, that's only half as good as something that has 2, as an assist that has 2. And there are other assists that match its offensive capability while also having 2 defensive assists. So I'm going to put this one S. Yeah, almost at the top. Okay, so next we have Caesar. This is going to be my first F. See, notice how it skips C and D and E, even though E isn't one. Caesar's is awful. How many uses does it have? It seems like it's 4 in total, 2 offensive, 2 defensive, but it's just terrible. It is so slow. The range is kind of a lot of assists are very slow in this game, but some of them make up for it with being actual good moves. This one is not. You cannot combo into it or out of it easily. It takes way too long. If you try and set it up even before you go in for a block string, you'll end up just pushing them out of the way with attacks, and it won't reach because it doesn't. I mean, it looks like it has long range, but you'll just push them out of range of it because of how long it takes before the attack comes out. One noteworthy thing, there are hitboxes on the bubbles before it sends the beams, so I don't know, maybe there's some sort of combo that you can get with it that's really good and keeps them juggled, but from what I found, that just made the hit stun decay. So all around, just an extremely underwhelming assist. It has 4 uses, so it's not the worst of the worst, but I would never use it. Alright, so next we got Wamu. Which one's Wamu? This one. I was having a hard time. Wamu is all around good. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. Somewhere between B and A. you can't really combo off of it. You can combo into it. I think it's good to mix with zoning. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it B for now. I think it's just solid and good. Like all of these are good assists, B and up. F is the only one that's bad, and that's why there's such a big gap. As you can see in the footage, you can like combo it off of projectiles just to get a little bit of extra damage. I don't know how worth it that is because you only have 2 assists, but it is a possibility. I think it just good reset. You can get block strings off of it. You can end combos in it. I think it's just good. All right, next we got Lisa. I'm gonna put that one in B as well. I think it's a great assist. You can't combo off of it. It just smacks them right down. So that's not too great. And it's 2 offensive, 1 defensive. I feel like it could be 2 defensive, no problem. This one. Yeah, you just can't. It's good for block pressure. It has decent hitbox. Like, it's a good attack. But there's just better options. Like if you look at Joseph, it just outclasses it in every way. You can combo off that one. This one, you can't combo off of it. It's a decent one, but there are better options. That's kind of a, yeah, these ones will kind of be like, there are better options, but it's still good. Okay, next we have Essie Desi. 2 offensive, 1 defensive again. It's a good assist. I think I'm going to put it in A. You can get combos off of it. Good block strings. Yeah, I think it's just an all-around good assist. You can't go wrong with it. There's probably better options. It does go on the other side, so that can be good for like sandwich. Wait, no, does it go on the other side? Let me see. Yeah. It goes on the other side, so it can be good for sandwiching and block strings. It can be good for combos. It's good attack, good range. So I'm gonna put that one solidly in A. All right, next we got Cars. Second F tier. This assist is so terrible, so incredibly slow, that it's an overhead, that's something, and it does track full screen, but the tracking, not great. So like in block strings, you can call it even before you go in, similar to with Caesar, very similar. You can call it even before you go in for attacks, and it'll just whiff. Like it doesn't track along with the attack, so you can't do block strings with it. I think you can combo off of it, sort of, or you can combo into it. I don't know. It's not too great. I don't know why you would pick it. Yeah. So that one's an F. Alright, next we got Jodoro. We all know what Jodoro does from the beta. If you weren't playing Jodoro, you were using his assist. Just all around solid. This is what, top tier assists are in this game. Just locks you down. You can combo off of it. You can combo into it. Get great block strings, great attack just for in neutral if you wanted to use it that way, and it has good uses, 2 offensive, 1 defensive. You can't complain. Alright, next we have Kakuin. This one's very similar to like Frieza A from Dragon Ball, if you play Dragon Ball Fighters. It covers a very specific space, so that could be useful in decent neutral control, but it'll whiff if you're trying to do block strings with it if you don't have something that'll push them far enough away. So it's a little bit more specific. You can combo projectiles off of it, or it'll like hit a projectile and then catch them with that if they're at the right range. So I'd say it's a good one. I could see myself using it with certain characters, but that's going to be like it's decent. Yeah, I can see it having its uses. But yeah, it does some things that nothing else can do, but I don't think it's the best option. So solid B. All right, so next we got Muhammad Abdul. I think this is going to be our first S+. It has 4 uses. It's a counter, which I normally wouldn't put a counter like S+, like you see Dios in A. This one, it's just nice. You can use it in block strings because it has an attack after. It's very similar to 17's assist in Dragon Ball Fighters, where it can soak up an attack and then it does an attack after. I'm a huge fan of that assist in Dragon Ball, so I'm a huge fan of this assist in this game. You can get combos off of it, decent neutral controls, soak up a jump in, hit him right back for it while you're still blocking. Just a great assist. It has 4 uses in total, so I would strongly recommend that one. In this game, a lot of the assists are very slow. This one, especially, the attack comes out very, very slowly because it has the counter portion before. So you do have to kind of prematurely call out your assists and block strings and combos. But as long as your planning is good, I think this assist is a great option. Next is Bonner. 2 offensive, 2 defensive, and it's just a nice little space controlling projectile. Not the greatest. There are way better projectile assists that we'll cover later, so I'd say this one's going in A. It seems decent. Like you can combo into it and out of it. It covers a good chunk of the screen. It allows for block strings, and it has 4 uses. It's a good one. I think there's better options though, but it does control different space than other ones that are similar to it. But I think it's solidly an A. All right, next we got Iggy. I think Iggy is a great one. 2 offensive, 2 defensive. I think I'm just gonna put it in S. I think it's just a great one. It's a nice lariat. You know, everything's kind of slow in this game, but it's relatively fast. So yeah, just a nice lariat you can combo into and out of. Good space control, good attack, and you get the max uses out of it. I would not complain about this assist. It's just solid. You know, I might even put it in S+. It just doesn't do anything crazy. Like, it's not, like, offensively crazy like Joseph here. So I might end up moving, like, the ones that have 4 uses and are good, I might end up moving them up later. We'll see. Just there are better ones. So S+ and S are very, very close. So I think I'm going to keep that one in S for now. Alright, next we have old Joseph. Another F. This character has plagued me, not just the assist, but this character has brought me many headaches. A lot of people were requesting. It was like the main request for combo videos, and I just fucking hated this character. I could not figure him out for a while. I thought I was missing something, but no, I think just I enjoy him now, but I fucking hate this character. And his assist is just garbage. It's just low sweep. It's just slow. You wouldn't use that move in neutral if you were playing it. Like, it's just slow. You can get combos, you know, like it picks people up off the ground. So it's decent in that way, but then they gave it 1 offensive and 1 defensive. So they just made it unusable in that way. Like, it had its uses, but then they just made it, why would you pick that? Because they gave you 1 offensive, 1 defensive. It's not really good in neutral. Block strings, sure. But the actual attack itself, nothing noteworthy, other than being able to pick people off the ground. Pick people up off the ground. Alright, next we got another F tier. We got Mariah. Very similar to Joseph. It's a decent move. I think if it had 2 offensive and 2 defensive, it would be like here. It would be a decent assist. You know, it lingers, it kind of follows that. Like, I think it would be a good one. But they had to make it 1 offensive, 1 defensive. I don't see why. It's a fine assist, but why would they limit you that way? Oh yeah, well, one more thing. It does have anti-air properties. The knife does have a hitbox on the way up. You know, the knife gets thrown up to cut the wire, and that does have a hitbox. So, yeah, they should have given this 4 uses. I don't know why it's 1 and 1. All right, next we got Whole Horse. This one, very hard for me to choose between S and S+. Because it's not a traditional assist, but it's so good. I might just put it in S+. This assist, it's an anti-air, which is great, that you can combo off of. And then as well as that, it has the Hanged Man, or whatever that stand is, that does a low attack after a little while. So you have to have some planning if you want to use it in block strings. You can see in the footage, you kind of have to sandwich them, because it takes so long. So like Polnareff is the best character to show this off with, because of his I don't know, like jumping move. I don't know what else to call it. Is side switching, overhead move. So that's a really good way to show it. It is usable in block strings, and it does have a hitbox point blank in the anti-air part. You can hit them on the ground point blank, just like some other. I think all the DP assists, they do have a hitbox point blank, even if it's not the best. So definitely usable up close. Great neutral control. Decent with block strings if you have the right character. And yeah, the attack is just good, and it has 4 uses. So I would strongly recommend using this if you can fit it with your character's game plan. Oh, and one more thing. This is standard with the good DP assists. You can still combo if you get hit. it's just a great launcher. So even if you get hit and earn a hit stun for a little second, the launcher is so good that you can get a combo anyways. So you can see that there. All right, Pet Shop. Not too impressed with this one. It's a low. I think it's a double hitting low. So that is something. You know, it looks like it has a nice hitbox on the surface, but it's pretty stubby. And you know, it is slow. I had some trouble using it well in block strings and combos. You can combo into it and out of it. It's decent. I'm gonna put it either B or A. I think it maybe deserves an A. It's not my favorite, but I don't think it's that bad that it's B. Not that B is bad, but I don't think it's that bad. All right, next we got Vanilla Ice. So this one's gonna break the mold a little bit. I think it's an amazing assist. If it had 2 offensive uses, you know, it'd be up here. It's just that it's one on. You know, I might even put it. I might even put it in A. Like, it's 1 offensive, 1 defensive, but it's just such a good. I'm gonna keep it in B. It's such a good offensive assist. Goes full screen, but you can just set up block strings, hold them down, and no matter how far they are, it'll just go the whole way, and you can combo out of it. It's a great one. I would strongly recommend it if you're looking to have some fun, I guess. I don't think it's the best because you only get one on one, but it checks all the other boxes. Block strings, it gets you a guaranteed hit if you set it up right. It's just a great attack that covers full screen, great neutral control, and you can combo out of it. Very solid assist. Alright, next we got Dio. I think I'm going to put this one B as well. I mean, for both of these, I could see them going in A. This one knocks away, so you can't really get a combo off of it like Vanilla Ice, but this one does have 2 uses offensively. So I'd say it's a good one. I think it does like grab type damage, like 120. So it's kind of like just hitting a grab. I'd say it's a good one. Definitely use it if you want, and unlock. You know, it has a nice hitbox to it. Yeah, and 2 offensive uses, so that might get you more damage than Vanilla Ice in the long run. Alright, next we got Skye. I think this one's gonna be another S+. It's just a solid, like, protagonist type Muda punch, or Aura. Just holds him down. You know, it doesn't have the crazy block stun like Jodoro. But I'd say it's just all around good. It has 4 uses in total. It's an anti-air, so great neutral control. It's a solid attack. You get solid block strings off of it, and you get the max uses. So I'd say that's just an all-around good one to use. You could fit it with any character, and it'll always have a use. So yeah, that's a good one. S+. Okay, next we got Okeasu. Not a huge fan of this one. I'm gonna put this one in B. I'm probably missing something with this one. You can pick them up off the ground with it, so you could probably like find ways to launch with it. At least if I remember correctly, I think you can pick them up off the ground. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. It's a multi-hitting low, decent range. I was kind of having trouble making good block strings with it. Just it kind of hits in a weird way, so I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But you know, it's usable. B, not terrible. Alright, next we got Rohan. I'm going to put this one in F. I was not a fan of this one. You cannot combo really into it or out of it. Very stubby. I don't remember if it's really fast or slow, but I'm just not impressed by it. It doesn't do anything that any other better one doesn't do already. And it just does a worse job. Sorry if that was a convoluted way to say that, but yeah, just a terrible assist. It's alright if you had to use it, you can make it work, but I feel like you'll just go out of the range if you ever try and combo into it or do block strings with it, and it doesn't give you any reward on hit anyways. Yeah, it has 2 uses, but I'd rather use a good assist 1 time than a bad assist twice. Alright, Koichi. This one's going to be another S. Amazing assist. You can pick them up off the ground with it to get combos. You knock them down, pick them up off the ground, hit them in your launcher, and then just continue the combo from there. It's great. It's a flurry of overheads. It puts that little effect on them that makes them duck. It's just an all-around great assist. You know, it covers a nice area in neutral if you just call it out raw, just right above them, and punches them down. I'd say this is an all-around great assist. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. That's the only reason it's not an S+. But because it, you know, so great offensively. All right, next we got Yukako. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in B. Very similar to Kakyoin, just a little bit more standard. You know, it has blind spots, but it's just decent. You know, you can combo into it, combo out of it. It covers a decent space in neutral. It's just like a more standard version of Kakyoin's assist. So it's all right. It has max uses, 2 offensive and 2 defensive. So who knows? Maybe A. It might deserve an A. I think I'll put it there just because it has 2 of both. And it is more standard than Kakyoin, so I'm happy with that one being an A. Next we got Jodoro Part 4. This one, you know, it's not really ordered, but this one I might just put it there. This one's great. Full screen projectiles. There's another one that's very similar to it. It shoots 3 projectiles. And there's another one that's very similar to it. We'll get to it later. I think this one might be a little bit better. I haven't like put them side by side, but I think this one's a little bit faster, this assist. It's good. You can combo into it. You can combo out of it. Just great neutral control. It has the max uses. Great in block strings because it holds them down for 3 hits. Just all around great. I'd recommend you use it. Great assist. Red Hot Chili Peppers guy. I would not use this assist. 1 offensive, 1 defensive. It doesn't offer you anything offensively directly. Of course, it gives you 1 bar of meter, so it does allow more offensive opportunities in the future with like EX moves and, you know, using your stand for, you know, stand rush, whatever. But it doesn't do any of that directly, and I feel like if you could have something like Jodoro or, you know, Josuke that just helps you offensively directly, and I'd choose that any day. And like, even if it had max uses, I don't even know if I'd move it up. Like, maybe for certain characters that really want meter and can't build it on their own. But I think even if it had max uses, I'd keep it F. I don't know why they gave it 1 and 1. Alright, next we got this guy. I would put it in B, but I feel like just the fact that there's counters like Dio and Abdul in this game, like this one just knocks away. You don't get a combo off it, and it feels slower than the other ones too. Like, so it's a decent assist if you wanted to zone, but no, even then, if you wanted to zone, you could just combo into a move that knocks them far away. So I'm just gonna put it F. Like, it's a fine assist on its own, but the fact that there's these 2 makes it F in my mind. It has max uses, but I don't know why you would use it over one of these 2. I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, that one's going in F for me. Alright, next we got Kira when he's not Kira. Don't remember their names. I'm gonna put this one in either A or B. I definitely put A, but it can also hit you. So that's why I'm thinking maybe B. I don't like the fact that it hits you, but I'm gonna put it A. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. I'll put it A for now. It's good. You can run behind it. It's just a nice slow projectile. It has 2 offensive uses, 1 defensive. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Again, you can hit yourself with it. I think you can combo out of it pretty easily. Yeah, I'll play a clip of that if you can. You know, decent block strings, but then again, no, I'm gonna move it down. Hitting yourself, like, that kind of messes with your block strings. Unless you have like really good range, like, I don't know, like Kakyoin or something. It just messes with your block strings. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that one B. It's a good assist. It's fun. It's cool. Next we got the real Kira. This one has max uses, so that's good. I think I'm gonna put this one B though. You know, again, you can hit yourself with it, so it can mess up block strings. You know, you can combo out of it. It's pretty slow. You can have some setup potential if it doesn't hit, and you can walk them into it and combo off that. So it's a decent assist, but I would never use it personally, but I don't think it's terrible. Next we got Jojoro. Great assist. Put this one S, 2 offensive, 1 defensive, you know, very similar to Jodoro. This one does have a launcher at the end, unlike Jodoro. Jodoro just kind of keeps you in place, while Jojoro does have a launcher at the end, so it's pretty nice. And I think it might even be better than Jodoro because you know, he walks forward as he does it instead of Jodoro staying in place. So it has very good neutral control, very good with block strings, just holds him in place. You can get all types you can get all types of mix-ups off of it because it just holds him in place. Just a great attack. and it has good uses, 2 offensive, 1 defensive. I don't have to say much more about it. It's just a great all-arounder. Alright, next we got the Sticky Fingers dude. I'm going to put him in A. I feel like he's good. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. A nice low projectile that goes almost full screen, if I remember correctly, like kind of 3/4 screen. You can run behind it, jump in with an overhead. Yeah, you know, it would force him to sidestep otherwise. So I'd say just a good neutral control. You can combo off of it and into it, if I remember correctly. So I'd say just all around, it's a decent attack, good block strings with it. It's very simple up close, but if you back up, it's a great way to approach, I'd say. It's a nice slow-moving projectile, so it's a solid A for me. Alright, next we got Mista. Very similar to Jodro, 3 shots. I think it might be a tiny bit slower than projectiles, but I think either one would be fine. Just like Jodro, combo into it, combo out of it, great neutral control, max uses, great block strings off of it because 3 shots hold him in place for a little while. Great assist that you could use with any character. Alright, next we got Naranja. I'm going to put him solidly in A. I think it's great. It has max uses, 2 offensive and 2 defensive, so that's nice. You know, it's similar to Whole Horse. I'm going to put it S. No, because it's a little finicky to use in a standard way. You know, similar to Whole Horse, you can sandwich them, switch sides on them, and like with Polnareff, I'll be showing the footage, and you can use it in block strings that way. But other than that, you're not going to be able to use it in block strings. It's just great neutral control, and just like Whole Horse again, even if you get hit, it has enough hits done where you can get a combo. And yeah, max uses, you can use it in block strings technically, covers a good space. Yeah, if your opponent's jumping, it'll knock him out of the air. But you know, it's not as applicable as something like Whole Horse, or the ones above it, you know, like Jonathan. Like that's a very applicable anti-air, or standard attack as well as an anti-air, so it sits solidly in A. Alright, next we got Purple Haze. I'm going to put this one in A again. Just solid. It's kind of slow. It's an overhead. I don't really think you can combo out of it. I mean, I think you might be able to a little bit. Let me see. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you can combo out of it. It's fine. It's just standard. It's a slow overhead. It has that little miss that does damage over time, I assume. Yeah, nothing crazy, but nothing terrible. Alright, next we got Trish. I'm going to put Trish, I think S, because the ones in A aren't too impressive to me, and this one's pretty impressive. I don't think it's quite on the level of like Giorno and stuff like that, but I think it deserves maybe like the top of A. Yeah, like this is very loosely ordered, but I think like the very, very top of A, because it's way better than, not way better, but it's better than these ones, I think. But not quite as good as these. Just a nice range, you know, it's just a high, it's not an overhead or anything. But you know, it gives a crumple, you can combo off of it, into it and off of it. It takes up a solid amount of space, 2 uses offensively, not, you know, and one defensively, so not bad there. It sets up for good block strings. Yeah, just solid, good one. Alright, next we got Prosciutto. Where is he? Okay. This one, I'm going to have to put F again. It has, okay, yeah, it has 4 uses, but similar to why this dude's here. They're just better ones. Why would you ever use it? You don't get a combo off of it. The hitbox isn't as good as other anti-airs. It has a hitbox on the ground, like point blank, but why would you use this? Yeah, no, you got 3 other great anti-airs so far, and like Abdul and Dio are kind of like better anti-airs than this anyways. Yeah, especially Abdul. And then you got Josuke. Like you don't need to use this garbage anti-air. It's very similar to this. Like there are other better ones. It doesn't give you a combo, just smacks them away. I mean, maybe there's combos like you can combo into it where it does it, but I don't know. I don't see why you would ever use it over another characters. All right, next we got the White Album. So this one's fine. I think I'm gonna put it in very similar to Pet Shops. So I guess I'll put it A. It has 2. I like it in lower B though. Maybe I'll put Pet Shop in lower B as well. But Pet Shop is a low. I don't know if it makes it a tiny bit better. Pet Shop will be bottom of A. Yeah, this one is a high, even though it kind of looks like a low. The two hits don't really combo into each other on hit. They do on block, so it's decent. You can combo into it, combo out of it. 2 offensive, 1 defensive use. It's a solid assist, but I don't see why you would ever really use it. It's kind of, I mean, everything's slow, but like it doesn't have the hitbox to match. In my opinion, like I just don't feel like it does anything. I feel like it'll just whiff most of the time. So I'm not too big of a fan of it. I would never use it, but it's a fine assist. Alright, so Diavolo, I think I'm going to have to put S+. It's another unblockable. It has 4 uses for some reason. Like, I get Vanilla Ice as full screen, but why does that get 1 and 1 while this one gets 2 and 2? It's great. It does a little crumples. You can combo off of it. Good range. It doesn't, like, whiff as long as you set it up correctly in block strings. Yeah, I just all around... I don't know about all-around good assist because it's not like a, you know, an all-arounder, but I'd say in almost every aspect it is just a solid assist that any character who is, you know, actually worth anything could make use of it. So I'd say that's a very good one to pick. Alright, next we got Jolene. Yeah, I was hyped for it in the beta for like a moment and then I used it. So it's pretty underwhelming. You know, you can combo off of it, it's fine. Is it 2 offensive and 1 defensive? Yeah, for some reason. It's very underwhelming. You can use it for setups, like after a hard knockdown. It's fine. It covers a specific space around a Kakuin. Yeah, very bottom of B. It's not terrible. I could see uses for it, but, you know, all the other ones are better. Alright, next we got Hermes. Hermes. I think I'm going to put this one kind of like the bottom of A. I don't know about, but yeah, I'm just going to put it solidly in A, I think. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. You can combo off of it. I think you can combo into it as well. Solid hitbox. Just, yeah, controls neutral pretty well. It's a standard, like, lariat-ish type attack that you can combo off of. And it has a good amount of uses. So I'd say this is a good one. You know, decent in block strings. I think it pushes them a little far away for block strings. But as long as you're playing the right character and on top of your game, you can chase it down and continue the block string. So I think it'll be fine. And yeah, it'll just allow any character to combo. Alright, next we got the Holy Diver dude. I'm going to put him in A-ish. You know, it's good. It's not a low, even though it kind of looks like it'd be an overhead or low, but it's just a high. It's a launcher, so it'll give any character a launcher, so that's good. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. Not much to say about it. It does leave behind some setup, you know, similar to Kira's coin. So yeah, it could have some neutral uses as well. Yeah, I could totally see why you would want to use this over some of the higher ones. Like it's a unique one, and I do like it. You know, it's very basic. On hit, no mix-up, no nothing. It's just a strike. But then on hit, you do get a launcher, and on whiff, you do get a little setup move that you could try and push them into, or you know, block space off. So it's decent. All right, next we got Foo Fighters. Somehow I didn't capture all the footage I needed for Foo Fighters, but it is good. It's just a series of overheads. I think I'm gonna have to put it in S+. Yeah, because it's 4 uses. You can combo off of it. You can combo into it. Great neutral control. You know, it's like flipping out from MK11, Cassie's move. Or I think the move's called flipping out. Anyways, like I think it'll probably have blind spots. You know, it covers a decent chunk of space. Good neutral control, decent attack. You can combo off of it. Block strings, you get mix-ups off of it because it's an overhead, and you get the max uses. So just an all-around great assist. Right now we got this dude. I'm gonna put him B. I mean maybe A. He has 4 uses, so I'll put him A. It's just like a slow overhead chop. On a hit, you get a second hit, but I swear to God, they should take that out because you cannot combo off that second hit. So it's fine. I would never want to use it. You can't combo off of it, and it's just like a slow overhead. I feel there's better. Like you got Koichi, of course, it has 2 defensive as well as 2 offensive. But is there anyone that's like just a simple slow overhead that is, I don't know. Okay, so I guess it has its use, but yeah, I wouldn't really use it because you can't combo off of it, but it's fine. Yeah, I think A is a good spot for it, as long as you don't want to combo off of it. Alright, next we got this guy who rides a horse. Sorry, I'm an anime normie. Um, it's very similar to Sticky Fingers, although I think it goes a little bit farther. I think it might be a little bit faster too. But it is a high, it is not a low, even though it totally looks like it would be low. So, yeah, very, very similar to that. You can run behind it, combo off of it. It's solid. We've already covered Sticky Fingers. It's just better in some ways and worse in others because it's not a low. So, it's a good one. 2 offensive, 1 defensive. Alright, next we got this guy. I think he's one of Zabelli's descendants. I think I'm just gonna put it in B. Let's see, is it a low? Let me check the footage. Yeah, it's a low here. Yeah, it has pretty good neutral control because it has the anti-air on top of it too. You can't really combo with it too well because even if you get the hit, when you hit them with your normals, you'll push them out of range to be launched with that move. I'm sure there's some characters that could like side switch, like you'll see in the block strings. I do side switch. I think I use Polnareff again. Maybe no, I use Parkour Jodoro. So I just kind of you jump over and try and sandwich them and hit them back into it. So I'd say it's definitely a good assist. Oh, it has 4 uses. I just realized that. Yeah, so it's definitely going in A. It's interesting. It's unique. This isn't really ordered, but I'm going to put this guy lower. Just because I think he's kind of the bottom of A. Only because he has 2 defensive. Alright, next we got Valentine. I'm going to put this one A. Very similar to Wamu, only it's an overhead. Covers kind of a better angle because it's diagonally down. More blind spots to it. But the fact that it's an overhead, you can combo with projectiles into it. You can combo off of it as well. Decent block strings off of it. Yeah, what type of combo do you get off of it? It launches them, right? It doesn't crumple them. Yeah, it launches them. Okay, so you gotta be on top of it to combo. But I'd say it's all around a good one. I'd put it kind of towards the top of A if I had to order it. Just nice space control, nice block strings, nice combos. And good amount of uses. Somewhere in A. I'd say that's a good one. Alright, next we got the gay Jojo. That's saying a lot because every single one of them is gay. After part 4. So this one's really good. It's a nice flurry of lows. I think it's 15 hits altogether. So you can see in the block string, it just holds them in place. You can do overheads after you kind of push them out of range. It's just an all-around good one. I feel like this one does less damage than other assists. That would be like like in combos. I'm not sure though. I haven't put them, side by side, tested them 1-to-1. But decent hitbox to it. He kind of slides forward. Good attack. A good amount of uses. 2-in-1. And yeah, could do a decent job controlling neutral. Force somebody to jump. And it allows everybody to get combos. Allows everybody to get block strings. So I'd say all around S tier assist. Alright, next we got, I think his name is Diego, Dinosaur one. This one I think is the best assist in the game. It's kind of like tied between, a lot of these are like good candidates for best in the game. But this one is so much like Yamcha A from Dragon Ball Fighters. The rush down that it gives you, the space control that it gives you, the combos that it gives you into and out of it. It has max uses. It gives you great block strength. If you've played Dragon Ball Fighters, you know what Yamcha does. It's very similar to that. So just all around great assist. I would recommend any character being paired with it. It's just a great all-arounder. It does the job of an assist. It's fairly fast too. Like let me look at the footage really quick. Yeah, like that starts up way faster than some other assists that aren't like nearly as like if you just take the attack, not even the startup. Like it's way better in its attack, and it comes out faster than a lot of other assists. Yeah, it kind of pushes them far, so you got to be on top of it. But yeah, you just got to chase them down. It's a great assist. S+. It's a great one. I love it. Alright, and finally we got Bao. Pretty similar to Wamu. I'll just put him right next to it. You're not going to combo off of it. You can combo into it. Just does like a wall splat. Kind of just sends him far. I think it splats against the wall. Just sends him far away. Block strings can be hard because it really does send him far away, so you can't really follow it up. It's fine if you wanted that. Probably pick Wamu. Because I think you can actually do block strings with Wamu if you wanted that assist. And it has you know, 2 offensive, 1 defensive. So I'd say, yeah, it's just a slightly worse Wamo. Let's put Lisa there. Alright, so I think that's everything. If I want to change anything, maybe I put Pet Shop in B, put it kind of towards the bottom of A. Everything else looks about right. Some of these could be moved up to S+, like Jonathan, you could move that up to S+, if you wanted to. Same with Iggy. I think S+, you have to have 4 uses, in my opinion. Yeah, so Jonathan, Iggy could be moved up there. I just don't think, you know... No, fine. Yeah, we'll just... Nah, that's too crowded. That's too crowded. Put that at the top, though. Okay, yeah, I think everything else looks good. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was useful. This took like 72 hours of straight filming and learning how these work to make, so I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.